Welcome to class, students. Today we're doing some vegan animal rights outreach on a channel here called Lofi Girl. There are right now 7,100 people watching. And this is a channel that has really fun music that just keeps repeating itself. And in the comment section are people who are just chatting with each other from all over the world. This is a great place to do some vegan outreach because people often have not heard about veganism at different parts of the world, and it's just something that doesn't enter into their vocabulary, or they just don't think about it. So what you can do is you can go here and be very polite when you are there and simply write down, "Thank you for being as vegan as possible." Something to that effect. Now don't write too often because you don't want to upset anybody, but you just want to get a conversation going. Now often in many different parts of the world, people do recognize me and they will often act in a vegan-phobic manner, but that's okay. You can always block certain people, and you can also just keep teaching in a kind fashion. So I have, as you guys mostly know if you've been following this channel, a whole bunch of pre-made comments that are here, and what you can do is you can post them like this. You see somebody's here said, "But I'm not vegan." So somebody's now already thinking about it. Just thinking about what being vegan is. So then I post here something else which says, "When we see animals suffering, we should never suppress our tears. It's normal to cry and then to become vegan after we learn what the animals go through. Why pay for murder if you don't have to?" And you can let a comment like that go. Sometimes things scroll by relatively quickly and people aren't able to always read your comment, but every once in a while somebody will be interested. Somebody who already cares about animals, they might perk up. Other times it might be somebody who has a family member who's vegan. Another comment I have here says that animals are not food, they are sentient beings. They have a right to live just like cats and dogs do. All animals have a right to be free and not behind bars. Eat plants instead. Now I'm just going to get rid of this "we have moral agency" because that confuses people, because there's only 200 characters allowed here to make a comment. But what that means is that animals, certain animals, don't have moral agency. They can't decide what they're going to eat or not. Like a lion, for example, can't decide, well, today I want to be an ethical person and not eat the zebra if they're starving. But us humans do have moral agency, and so we can decide whether we're going to be kind or not to animals. So that comment that I made is still up there, and people are reading it, and some people are digesting it and just trying to think, okay, should I respond? Then you got somebody here says, "That vegan teacher, it's called the food chain, dear." So there's always somebody like that. This person, Raymond, for example, who thinks that they're intelligent and thinks that they understand what's going on. But what I would say to that person is that breeding animals into existence is not part of a food chain. It is completely out of the natural order of things for us to take pigs and modify them and breed them into existence to begin with. That is to say, to masturbate them, take their sperm, force it into a female. And this is done by the billions of animals around the globe. So that's not okay, and that is not part of a food chain. Same as what they do to turkeys and chickens and lambs and to cows. The dairy industry is the worst of all because it involves everything. Masturbation of the males of the bulls, that's sexual assault. Then it also involves the forceful penetration of the female, which is also sexual assault. It also involves kidnapping of the babies, and it involves murder of the babies. So this is a lot for people to understand, but we're getting the conversation going here by telling them that animals are not our slaves. Using animals in any way is wrong. They should not be bred into existence just for us to manipulate. Animals are here for themselves and their own communities, not for us. Now this person, Ryuva, says everyone around me is a Virgo. Now I don't know if you guys follow these kinds of zodiac signs, but there's nothing scientific about it. And whether somebody is born a Virgo or a Libra or whatever else, Pisces, it's irrelevant completely. These are human-made fabrications that make it sound like there is some value in them, but there is not. So keep aware of that. Another thing that people don't really realize is that if they're not vegan, they're an animal abuser. It's very hard for people to get that into their heads because nobody wants to admit that they're an animal abuser. But people who abuse animals have no place in a civilized society. You hurt animals and create a huge eco footprint for the next generation. Not sure what this person is saying, but somebody else before wrote that no one cares. I don't think that's true. I think that many people do care about animals and they're just stuck in their ways. And you see here somebody like Nisa who's believing the lies and the rumors, who says that she likes animals, she's a cat, but she thinks that vegan teacher is most bad vegan, which is completely false. Being kind to animals is a good thing to do. Now this young woman, I don't know if this is Lofi Girl, but this is the name of the channel. You can see here that she's petting a cat. Seems to care about animals. And it's unclear as to whether Lofi Girl is vegan or not. But why wouldn't she be if she's a kind-hearted person? Don't know what she's listening to there on her phone. But who knows? She does have some sort of animal creatures here, so she does seem to care about animals. This is her room, by the way, and if you can see outside, it looks like it's raining. Let's go back over here. Somebody's asking, what's your favorite food? Now I'm going to remind people not to eat chickens, cows, or pigs, or lambs. Remind people that animals have a right to their body integrity. We have no right to take them from their homes. When will our world change? When you do, so you can go vegan. So I'm going to post this comment, send that out to the universe. Remember, it takes 100 clicks to become vegan. You got to get the message in your head and in your heart. And there is no wrong place to do vegan animal rights activism. It is always the right time to speak out on behalf of the most innocent victims who are unable to use their own voices to defend themselves because they are stuck behind bars, confined, sad, bewildered, and betrayed by us humans. Somebody says, do any other meat-eating species compromise for their prey? So you see, Raymond is thinking about things. Now, I don't have time to answer all of these different comments that people make, but all I can do is I can keep educating with some pre-prepared cut and pastes here. If you're not vegan, you're an animal abuser. It's as simple as that. There's no in between. You must be vegan from now on if you want to call yourself a good person. Paying for murder is evil. So I'll post that comment. Another sort of a comeback from the idea that people say it's the food chain is this. If people say it's the food chain and that's our reason for abusing animals, then you could use the same logic. It's the food chain. This bad argument is no different from a domestic abuser arguing that it's okay to beat his wife because men have evolved to be stronger than women. People are always telling me that they ate chicken today or whatever, saying things like, I guess I'm evil then. Somebody writes, I like spaghetti. Hopefully they like vegan spaghetti. Most pastas are vegan. Just make sure they don't have any eggs in the noodles. Sushi is not something that vegans eat. Because sushi is a fish. There are vegan versions of sushi though, so you could try those out. Veganism is not really about food though. If you don't like blueberries, rice, pasta, vegan pizza, oatmeal, rice, lentils, corn, beans, you don't? So what? It's not about you. It's about ending animal exploitation. Find foods that you do like. We have somebody here named Amber who wrote, I started veganism just this month and already discovered so many delicious alternatives to meat, but I was never much of a meat eater anyway. Thanks, Amber, for joining in the conversation here and letting me know that you're vegan. So I'm going to tag her now. This is what you can do because somebody has reached out. So we can say, Amber, we can say, thank you for being vegan. Thank you for being vegan and sharing your story. We can send her a little heart of encouragement. So you see, we've already been on here for almost 12 minutes and we've done a little bit of vegan animal rights outreach. So if you ever want to, you can go to Lofi Girl on YouTube and you can do the same thing. I'll show you her channel again here. This is an ongoing stream. Has 9 million subscribers. And right now there are 6,900 people that are watching. They come and go. This live stream was started on February 25th. And it's basically just a place to listen to this really fun music. Well, somebody's saying animal abuse. What? Because they really don't understand. Somebody else here said, vegan teacher, I love you. Thank you, Saint Pepsi. So, many people are happy that I'm here because they feel so alone themselves in their animal rights activism in different parts of the world. And so they're happy when I'm here defending the animals. They can feel like, it's almost like many people have said they feel like I'm their mom or they feel like I'm their grandmother or their aunt, and that's great. That's fine. We all need family members who are vegan who support us. How far will you go? Should we be convicted of murder for treading on a bug? So you see, this is a silly question because if you accidentally step on a bug, it can't be considered to be murder. You're allowed to live your life. Somebody else here says, oh, vegan teacher, I love Sniper Wolf, so I hate you. So these are the kinds of people who are shallow, who like somebody like Sniper Wolf, who makes videos, and I agree, they're entertaining and they're kind of fun sometimes. She's just reviewing channels, but essentially she's an evil person because she has 30 million followers and she is not vegan and not encouraging her fans to be kind to animals, which is sad. All doctors, psychologists, vets, nurses, teachers, judges, parents, grandparents, all should be vegan as a moral baseline. We must teach the younger generation to be kind and have empathy. Somebody wrote here, I'm also vegan, which is great. But I don't know what this means. This is another language. Sometimes people are not always English speaking here. We must tell children the truth. They will inherit the earth. We must teach them how to be kind, not racist and not speciesist. All children should learn about love and proper nutrition. And all children are born vegan. Not sure what this person says. You inspired me to go vegan, but there's a funny face here, so I don't know what that means. And Cyberpunk says, I'm confused. What's happening? What's happening is I'm just here making some comments, trying to educate people. Somebody's saying, how the fuck are they verified? Well, I'm verified because I did a lot of hard work here on YouTube. Educating people, putting out several videos every single day without fail. Reminding people that there's no excuse for animal abuse. Not religion, not your social status, not your age, not your gender, not your taste buds. Everyone must strive not to hurt animals. That's what being vegan means. Now somebody is always saying something crazy like, what about the millions that will starve, when in fact it's the exact opposite. More people will live because the plants will not be filtered through the animals. It's much more efficient. It makes much more sense to eat the plants directly than to filter them through animals. Are you brave enough to be vegan? You must be willing to look deep into your heart and stand up for the most oppressed in our society. You must be willing to see your own family's hypocrisy as well. And that's hard. Here's Raymond again. Raymond is very interested. Already with meat as a standard all over the world, there are millions starving. Would you trade millions more to meet your moral baseline? As I said before, Raymond, one way to reduce poverty in the world and starvation is to have a vegan world. Feed people the plants directly. Are you smart enough to be vegan? Are you smart enough to watch the necessary documentaries? Earthlings, Dominion Movement, Cowspiracy, Seaspiracy, Forks Over Knives, and What the Health? It'd be very sad if vegan teacher is a front runner in the veganism movement. Well, I don't know what that means to be a front runner, but I am one of the people who is out there consistently every day reminding people not to hurt animals. And I think that's a good thing. And I invite you all to join me. Think about if you're persistent enough to be vegan. Are you able to stay on track? By keeping your head and your heart open 3 times a day and only choose vegan options. Are you? Are you able? Yes, you are. You absolutely are, so do it. Raymond is here saying, don't be stupid. Most of us don't hate veganism. We just hate those that tell us we have to be vegan or we are terrible people. Well, Raymond, if you saw somebody kicking a cat or a dog, would you call that person a good person or a terrible person? And would you defend those animals, or would you just stand by and watch? See, the only difference between you and me is that you would defend only the cats and the dogs. But there are millions and billions, in fact, of other animals that you don't see, that you pay others to kick and to murder on your behalf, Raymond. So you need to join me and to become vegan. Are you special enough to be vegan? Are you part of a group of us who are willing to look beyond their own taste buds and care about others? Do you have empathy in your heart? Be special enough. Be vegan. There's always some comments of some people who think they're witty, but who are really just embarrassed. So they don't know what else to say. They feel uncomfortable with my presence. Please stop paying people to hurt animals. Stop eating them, stop wearing them, stop using them as objects. They never did anything wrong to you. All they have is their lives, so be kind. So we've done 20 minutes of vegan animal rights outreach here on the Lofi channel. Thanks for joining me. So to sum up, what you can do is keep some comments like these handy. You can copy and paste all of my different comments. Always remain polite. Don't bombard them too much. Let some time for these people to have these comments sink in. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please do so. Press the notification bell. Help us get the animals out of hell who are suffering right now in Holocaust-like conditions with nobody to help them. All animals deserve to be loved and comfortable like this cat. Chickens, cows, pigs, all the other animals deserve love and affection too. They are sentient beings, just like you. If you find value in this video, please give it a thumbs up and have a look around at some other videos that are going to be coming up on screen. Thanks again for joining me today. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.